Hello everybody, it is Prodigy ENG, also known as Prodigy Rep version 2 or V2 on Twitter, formerly just Prodigy Rep until I got banned. And I've been promising to do these videos for a long time, and after my time at Wimbledon and even my Periscope I did as recent as last night, I've just been motivated to make these videos. You know, it's something that I feel there is a niche in the market for doing, and it's something that I feel that I can really enjoy doing. You know, there's not many tennis vlogs out there. There's a few very good ones, but I feel there's space for more. So it's something I definitely want to do, and something I'm going to be pursuing constantly from now on. Now this video is going to be about one of my favourite players, Novak Djokovic. I may be a little bit biased towards him. I'm going to try and come across as a little biased as possible when making my points. You know, I do see other fan bases and other journalists and pundits' sides to the argument, but you know, I believe it is time for people to kind of take more notice and give more respect to Novak. That's what this video is about. I believe he is not given the respect and the credit he deserves. Now, I've been passionate about this subject a long time. For a long time. I've had a lot of discussions with people about it. I see a lot of tweets about it and everything, but this Wimbledon has kind of reiterated exactly what I think, and that's the fact that Novak doesn't get the right treatment and right respect compared to other top players. Now, of course, he's won 12 Grand Slams, so it is less than Federer and Nadal. But what you do have to remember is that Djokovic was the one that basically stopped the Federer and Nadal domination in a way. I mean, they are the dominant ones now, but in the past he's been the one that's kind of prevented it. Been #1 in the world multiple times. I believe the numbers are, it's at least 150 weeks now at #1. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm passionate about, and I mean, the first thing I'm going to mention is the fact that he's won 4 Grand Slams in a row. So obviously he's won a total of 12. You know, between from Wimbledon 2015 to Roland Garros 2016, Novak Djokovic held all 4 Grand Slams. It's something we've never seen on the men's side in the Open era. Serena Williams has done the Serena Slam on the WTA, but in the men's game it's never been done. You know, we've had greats like Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer who have been unable to do it, and Novak Djokovic was able to do it. But was there as much credit in the media for him doing it? I don't think so. There was less shout outs about it in the mainstream media. Obviously, the tennis press, majority of them, the more the blogger type, I'd say, not the people that write for the tabloids and broadsheets, not necessarily them, but you know, the bloggers that write for online media, they did give Novak credit for that achievement, and rightfully so. But in terms of mainstream media, I don't feel that he got the credit he deserved. It's an incredible achievement. I know that he didn't do it over the calendar year. That's the ultimate goal for all of them. But the fact that he's the only one to do it in any sort of order. You know, he won it started with Wimbledon 2015, then he won the US Open 2015, Australian 2016, and Roland Garros 2016. That's just unreal achievement in my personal opinion, and it definitely deserves more credit than it gets. And I think in general what he's actually achieved again, doesn't receive as much credit as it should. I mean, he's got 12 Grand Slams. He's tied, I believe, for the most Masters at the moment, alongside Rafa Nadal. He's been the leader of that statistic for many occasions. I mean, he's been at number 1 more weeks than Rafael Nadal, and he still doesn't seem to get the credit for that. Now, in my personal opinion, and feel free to disagree with me, you can do so in the comments. In my personal opinion, it's because he was the one to kind of topple the Federer and Nadal dominance back in 2011 and again in 2015, 2016, and I think because he came along before. So he came along slightly after both of those players. A lot of the media, a lot of the mainstream press don't really like that, which is frustrating, really. But it's something that doesn't surprise me. As much as I hate to say it, you get that in all sports, and it is painful to see, but. It is what it is. Well, I can't say it is what it is. It should be different, but that's what happens when you stop players' dominance that are so loved. And now on to my next topic of discussion with Novak is the constant rubbish about his behaviour towards bald kids and line judges and stuff like that, and his general behaviour on court. Listen, every tennis fan's going to be biased. They're going to give credit to their favourites for what they do, and then if a player that's their favourite's rival does it, they're not going to give the same credits. But I've seen Rafael Nadal do some crazy celebrations. Now, I don't give a damn how anyone celebrates, but to see Nadal fans complaining about Novak roaring after winning a point or something like that, and then these same fans were like, oh yeah, Rafa's such a warrior when he does the same thing, the same with Roger fans. Come on, guys, it's a sport. You play a sport to win. You're passionate out there. I think a lot of tennis fans don't realise, because they don't play the sport themselves. They don't realise how much of a high pressure thing tennis is, and these players are full of adrenaline. They want to win every single point. And if a player wants to celebrate a point, let them celebrate it, even if it's on an unforced error. I look back to, I think it was Monte Carlo this year, and Djokovic played a really good point where he defended insanely well, and as he had a break point against Dominic Thiem in the first set of the Monte Carlo match they played, and Thiem was up a break, and this was for Novak to get back on the serve. And Novak played some unreal defence. He played an amazing defensive lob, and it dropped, it bounced, and Thiem should have hit it in, but Thiem missed, and Novak celebrated with a roar. And people complained about it. But why? Novak won the point. It was partly because of his play. Fair enough, Thiem shouldn't have missed the smash, but Novak put him under the pressure, and Novak got the break back. If Novak wants to celebrate that way, let him celebrate that way. People can't begin to dictate how players do and don't celebrate. It's not classless. It's the way these players show their emotions. People complain when players don't show emotions. So why is it when Novak celebrates that way that people complain? Again, is it because that he's their people's favourite's biggest rival, something like that? I don't know. But and people bring up the shirt rips. He's done that 3 times in his career? 3 times. And then you've got Nadal with his little quack celebration when he broke Dimitrov in the Australian Open. Just let players celebrate how they want to celebrate. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with Djokovic celebrations. And yeah, I just think he should be free to celebrate how he wants. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, so moving on. oh, kind of staying on the same subject of people, ridiculous comments towards Djokovic. Another thing that I find ridiculous is the comments about his treatment to ball kids, and line judges. Maybe he does get a bit over the top when he's shouting for a towel, but it's heat of the moment thing. You know, he's not really intending to cause any harm to the ball kid. He's just shouting for his towel because he's angry. He's maybe rushing a bit. And the thing is, people are going over the top and saying it's abuse and stuff like that. Give me a damn break. Saying it's abuse is just ridiculous, and it's how do you put it? That's just when there's people that are actually going for real abuse. How dare you say someone asking for a towel is abuse? Come on, let's not reach here. Yeah, maybe he could be more calm when he does it, but he's not the only player to do it, and he's actually the only player I've really seen being criticised for doing it. You know, I'm a big Kyrgios fan. I've seen Kyrgios do it before. Personally, I'm not saying it's a majorly bad thing, but if you're going to comment on Djokovic doing it, at least be consistent and comment on Kyrgios doing it. There's other players that do it as well. I don't know off the top of my head who does it. But, you know, no player is perfect, and players are going to get angry when they're down in matches and stuff, or losing a point they thought they should win. So don't be mad at the players for letting out the anger. And again, the line judges thing. Novak would never intentionally hit a line judge with a ball. I don't think he ever actually has. You know, he abused the ball a few times. Again, not the only player to do that. I saw multiple occasions of ball abuse at Wimbledon. Was it publicised? No. But if Novak did it, definitely. Going back to the ball kids, there was actually a Novak fan that I've interacted in the past with on my Twitter called Anais, and she was a ball kid at Roland Garros back in 2015, I believe it was, and she said how the ball kids actually chose Novak as their favourite player. You know, it's one of those things. He's very nice to them. Maybe he does a few bad things on the court that people perceive as being bad behaviour towards the ball kids, but it's obviously it's not intentional, and he's very nice to the ball kids in general. I mean, look at Roland Garros for an example. He's one of the only players that goes for a run with the ball kids in the morning. They absolutely love that. There's a quote in the Quest. With the Bring the Love celebration, how when he first introduced that at Roland Garros, all the ball kids wanted to do that with him. You know, it's the things he gets mocked for and criticised for. People enjoy it, so if he's not causing any harm with it, just let it go. Come on. Now, the final thing I'm going to talk about is the scheduling. Have I mentioned this already? I can't remember if I've mentioned this already. No, I don't think I have. So the scheduling. People are complaining that he has been on that he's on centre court for his quarter-final match against Kai Nishikori, because, you know, he and Kai aren't top seeds at the moment, and Roger Federer has been put on court 1 for his match against Kevin Anderson. Now, they are higher seeds, but Djokovic is a 3-time Wimbledon champion. Let me remind people that he's won Wimbledon more than Rafael Nadal, and throughout the tournament, he has been poorly scheduled by the tournament organisers. He's been on court 1 multiple times, and the majority of the time he's been the last match on. Realistically, that's to me, they don't show their bias against him. They seem to want Djokovic to lose for whatever reason or be hampered by their schedule. I saw something that the fact that it was the 4th year in a row that he was the last match on court 1 on Manic Monday. You know, court 1 doesn't have a roof yet, and it was the matches always do go late because of the later start. Now, I do get where people are coming from with the court scheduling. If Novak gets moved to centre court, the court 1 ticket holders will miss out. I totally agree with that, where people are coming from. But maybe they could negate this issue by starting the outside court matches earlier, and they wouldn't have that problem. But, you know, to me, they seem quite disrespectful in their court assignments. I know he's not as ranked. I know he's not ranked as high anymore, but I don't see Wimbledon ever relegating Rafael Nadal, who's won less Wimbledons, to court 2 ever in his career. You know, if Rafa was ranked 21 or whatever, could I see Rafa being put on court 2? No. Federer's always been on centre court. Usually, he's not been off it since 2015. So it's about time he plays a match on court 1, in my personal opinion. So that's just a few things I've touched on. Maybe there is some more things I could touch on in the future, but I definitely feel that Novak Djokovic does deserve more respect than he currently gets, not only from fans but also from some pundits. Some pundits are very fair, and I do appreciate that. You know, you've got George Belshaw, Carole Bouchard, who are fair towards Novak. And yeah, I just think he could get better treatment, and the fans as well. Look, I get he's not your favourite. He's one of my favourites. I can see I'm kind of similar with my bias against Federer and against Nadal, but I always try and look at things from a fair point of view, and I feel that a lot of fans aren't doing that with Novak. That's just my personal opinion, and I hope I've been able to get my points across well. I hope you've enjoyed this first video. You know, I've done it without any script. I've just gone straight off the top of my head, so maybe there's been a few pauses, but I've enjoyed making this video and plan to do more of these in the future. So if you did like this video, please do tune in. I know the sound quality hasn't been the best. I am planning to get an adapter so I can use this thing in the future on my phone. It's only £8, so I'm going to get an adapter so I can use my Rode mic on my phone, and then in the future the audio quality will be much better. But look, it's a lovely Tuesday evening, and I've really enjoyed this chat I've had, but my time's running out, so I've got to go. Peace. Just one quick more thing before I go. I don't want to forget this. I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing tennis videos as much as possible, trying to build a following. Now, hopefully, as my following grows, I can do more things with camera effects, stuff like that. But please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Tell your friends, share this video, and also click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back with another episode very shortly. Thank you very much.